back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Actually, let's call it the Brewing and Birdies Show. On this one, we're with Hunter from Pinehurst Brewing Company. I don't know if he was heckling me about my round on number 2 today, which he did not see me play, so I don't know who he heard from, but anyway, by the way, if you haven't seen this hat, it's pretty damn cool, just saying. I feel like IPAs.
Fits you well.
Yeah, thank you. And so does yours, by the way. You said you wanted to go out of the, I would call it a toboggan. Other people would call it a beanie or...
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from East Tennessee originally. I live in Atlanta now. So, yeah.
We'll let it slide.
Yeah,
we'll let it slide.
It's a thing, man. It's a thing. So it's been a pleasure chatting with you, kind of catching up. We're going to have more of the Hunter backstory on a future podcast coming out. Tonight, it's pretty much all about the beer. So we're going to go through a few flights. Before we do, Hunter, how in the hell did you wind up at Pinehurst Brewing Company?
So I started out at Pinehurst at 18 years old. Shout out to Laura. Many years ago. Started out as a busboy, pretty much. Kind of worked my way from the top. Knew that I wanted to pursue a life at Pinehurst, and found myself wanting to be a brewer. I was home brewing for a long time, and this place kind of fell in my lap. So doors open, and this whole thing has kind of just been a day-by-day experience since I first started when I was 18. But
yeah, awesome, man, awesome. So looks like you got a great space to work in. We had some great barbecue earlier.
Awesome.
And
glad you enjoyed.
We had some great sauces. We had great sauces. The sausage was good. The brisket was good.
The sampler?
We did the sampler.
Very nice.
The sampler was fantastic. And and Ashley, she's like, "Hey, do you want a beer?" I said, "Of course we do." What do you want? We said dealer's choice. I don't know what we had.
I'm pretty sure it was the Moped.
But whatever we had was damn good.
Awesome. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, it's all that matters.
So we're gonna work ourselves through a flight, and I'm assuming all of these have your fingerprint, footprint, Hunter print, however you want to put that out there. So what are we going to be tasting? And we'll take a break, and then we'll get back to them.
So first things first, going to be 1895 lager. It's one of the only 2 flagships that we have besides Golden Age Blonde Ale. So this is all thanks to Eric Mitchell, my mentor. This was designed to be the golf course beer. So light, your traditional lager, the substitute for what you would normally have on the golf course, your Bud Light, your Coors Light. So this is a crafted version of what you would want to see on a golf course for someone who has a brewery.
All right.
So that's what we're starting out at.
Perfect. Okay, we'll be back in just a second. So Hunter, we're getting into the 1895 lager.
Cheers.
As I understand, this is the flagship of Pinehurst Brewing.
Absolutely.
And your predecessor, I think, kind of drafted this one up, if you will.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are we experiencing here?
So this is going to be your substitute on the golf course for, coming to Pinehurst Resort. You're going to want to have, a substitute for your domesticated beer. So this is crafted to be Pinehurst Brewery's substitute for Bud Light and your other crafts.
Oh yeah, I'm going to need a 12-pack of that.
Not bad, Eric.
It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, it's the finish on it. It's what's the word? It's got like that kind of fresh. It's almost like a grassy kind of. I mean,
Absolutely.
I kind of feel like I'm on the golf course.
So that derives from the noble hops that are used in this. So you're going to get a little bit of dry bitterness on the back end.
Yeah.
That's all coming from the noble hops that we use in this.
So this is something that you see. It's in the rotation for life.
Absolutely.
It's going to always be there.
Yes, sir.
So the 1895 lager.
Cheers, man.
Ask for it on the golf course. Cheers. So Hunter, as we progress through our flight, I don't know if I'll be able to talk or stand up by the end of this thing. We'll see. We will see. However, there's something unique about beer number 2 that I think you want to tell us about.
So this is a hazy IPA that I named Mo Better, Less Problems. And I think it's the best name that we've had here because beer is Mo Better, and you have a few, it's less problems. So
well, let's taste this.
Cheers.
Okay, so the 1895 was good. To your point, it's kind of like, hey, I just, give me a 6-pack and let me go play around.
It's your intro into the palate.
We're getting Mo Better.
It's malt with less problems.
This is kind of that citrusy IPA. I'm not going to throw any names out there, but if you're, some staples maybe, if you're in Atlanta and you're listening from some folks around there, you're going to kind of start gravitating towards some mainstream IPAs. The things that they're doing here at Pinehurst Brewing Company are really, really good. And this is an IPA that's I haven't had before, but it's going to become a staple for me.
Thank you so much.
What's unique about this IPA compared to some of the others?
So this is actually utilizing Citra and Mosaic, which are more common hops in hazy IPAs, but we actually used Nelson Sauvignon, which is actually presents a white wine grape characteristic at the back end.
Sure.
So it's kind of that, it gives you a little something extra that you wouldn't expect from most of your standard hazy IPAs.
Yeah, it's good. And so the hazy IPA kick, and I love these rabbit holes we can go down.
Oh yeah.
Hazy IPAs, I didn't even know what a hazy IPA was until like 2 or 3 years ago. Okay. And now I feel like everybody is making a hazy IPA.
Yeah.
So if I'm drinking an IPA versus a hazy, what's the difference in that?
Hazy versus?
Just an IPA.
Well, it depends. I mean, you've got American IPA, you've got West Coast IPA, hazy IPA, brewed IPA, black IPA. It all depends on what your palate wants, but West Coast IPA, your two most common are West Coast IPA, hazy IPA. West Coast being a crystal clear, kind of like the way 1895 looks. Yep. More bitter. Your hazies are more approachable. They're not bitter. They're more citrus forward. So they're more approachable beer. That's why everyone makes them.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is tasty. What's the ABV on this?
6.3.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm kind of the lighter end. Not too heavy.
No, I mean, you can have more,
you can
enjoy.
You can have more than one.
You can enjoy several.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, this is really good.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you know what else is really good? I mean, just look at this man's mustache. I'm telling you, this is prime mustache territory right here. This is solid. I'm like, I don't know. I thought I got some facial hair, but I'm like, oh, shit, I'm getting showed up on the show.
So my father-in-law is actually the head brewer for a brewery in town, and he was like, you can't be a brewer and not have a beard.
Ah.
So I one-upped him and grew a better mustache than he can. So I won in the long run.
I'll drink to that, and
Cheers.
it's Mo Better.
Less problems.